Greetings. I'm going to try to keep this video relatively brief. Well, the year is drawing to a close, and one would like to say it's been a remarkable year, but in reality, humanity hasn't changed much, and we're much the same apes as we've always been. And, the year was the year, and life continues as it tends to continue. I'll get older and become frail and die and all that lovely stuff. But that is not the purpose of this video. Before moving into the new year, I wanted to offer my thanks to my subscribers in general, but very specifically, I want to offer my express gratitude to my patrons on Patreon, specifically them and the donors, whether it's occasional, one-time, or frequent, to my PayPal. You guys are the reason why this channel exists, and I can explain why, but I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I greatly, greatly appreciate your contributions. You keep this channel afloat, and it's ultimately for you that I make the videos. Now, the reason why I say this is because Patreon and PayPal donations and the donors who give to PayPal, they free up time that I would otherwise have to devote to other activities. Contrary to what many believe, I do have other jobs, as it were. I still do occasional translation, more frequently proofreading. And if I didn't have a contingent of patrons on Patreon or the occasional frequent or one-time donor to PayPal, instead of making videos like Pumpkin Spice Latte, I would have to be translating boring documents, or even worse, proofreading the master's and PhD dissertations of Chinese people who are barely literate in English, and it takes a lot of time and work, and the pay is, well, it depends. But these are not activities I enjoy, nor are they activities that I find that are profitable in an intellectual sense. And if I didn't have you guys, and you know who you are, and some of you I've thanked privately and otherwise, on Patreon or PayPal, it just wouldn't be possible, because I couldn't spend really the time I have to make videos like Pumpkin Spice Latte, or really any content except very occasional content, to put it out there, if I didn't have you guys. So absolutely, you guys are the reason why this channel continues to exist and why I'm able to continually put out reasonably frequent content that I hope, in the worst of times, that is in the worst case of quality, is at the very least interesting, and the best case of quality is thought-provoking and really gives you a mind tingle. But that is what I enjoy doing, and you guys allow me to do that. And without you, the channel just couldn't exist in a practical way, because I wouldn't be able to put out content very frequently. Who knows? And I think ultimately, this is why our friend Barbarossa he's so busy working, and I know that for a fact, because he just doesn't have the time to put out content. Some videos take less time to prepare for. Other videos take a lot longer time. Videos such as Pumpkin Spice Latte, which seem to be, I put a lot of time and energy in, and minus the recording error there, people generally think one of my best videos, or top 10. I can certainly put out more videos like this, and I absolutely have planned in the coming year more videos along the lines of what I would call connect those strange dots. As you take a phenomenon that people don't really think of, and you connect the dots to things that really make sense in terms of evolution or just common sense, or the way we understand human beings. So I absolutely have more of those planned, but those types of videos take a fairly long time to produce, both in terms of scripting, believe it or not, recording. Despite my recording error, that took me 2 hours to record, 40 minutes, as well as writing and corrections and research to make sure that at least the ideas are solid and everything is more or less correct to the best of my ability to assess that. And so, yeah, you guys make it possible. You guys on Patreon and you donors to PayPal, you guys are the reason why the channel exists. And while I appreciate all my subscribers, ultimately the channel couldn't exist in any practical sense without you guys, because I just wouldn't have the time to muster for that. Like I said, I would be proofreading some half-literate Chinese person's master's dissertation on some incredibly boring and dull topic instead. And this allows me to do something I enjoy and give back to you, hopefully intellectually, or in terms of just being interesting, let's hope. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I really, really thank you guys. I'm deep. I have a deep sense of gratitude towards you because you allow me to do something. At least it's part of my work, maybe half of my income that I enjoy, that I find rewarding in terms of the intellectual stimulation. And yeah, without you guys that I just mentioned, it would be absolutely impossible. So I thank you for the support thus far. I thank you for your continued support. And I thank you for your future support, including anyone who decides to change their mind about maybe giving a donation occasionally or becoming a patron. All of that is greatly appreciated. Of course, there's never an obligation, but it does need to be borne in mind that those are the people that keep this channel alive, because I just wouldn't have the time otherwise. I'd be doing other crappy jobs to make the content that I make. So if you enjoy the content, consider it, and no obligation, but just think about it. Anyways, having a good New Year's. I'm not really one for New Year's, but there you have it. Have a good New Year's. I already have my earplugs ready to go, sitting in front of me across the table when the fireworks go off, and I fucking hate fireworks. So can't wait to get the noisy night over with and just move on into the new year. And absolutely new content coming. In fact, I plan on having something on the weekend regarding the Canadian female child family only policy regarding the migrants, and a bunch of other content coming in the months to follow, obviously. Well, let's hope, assuming health and life and all that. But yeah, not to keep this too drawn out. Thank you so much to my patrons and my donors. You keep the channel alive. And something else to consider, hey, if you like Barbarossa's content, consider making a donation. The guy is just really strapped for time because he just needs the money. And if you offered him a donation, together you might be able to free up some time, because I certainly miss his videos, and I bet a lot of you do too. So that said, if you like the sort of fireworky kind of nonsense, go for it. But otherwise, have a nice passage into the new year. And thank you to everyone, and specifically thank you to my patrons and donors. And I will probably see you in the next year, assuming life, health, and all of that junk. So take care and enjoy. Bye-bye.